Good day, welcome back to the channel, and I'm here with an inbox review or a quick unboxing of my next project. This is going to be the Italeri A4 EFG Skyhawk in 1/48 scale. I picked this up at Heritage Con last year for a really good price. It is definitely an older kit. This is, I believe, the 1988 boxing, but the original kit's an Esky kit mold from 1979. So definitely very old, but again, should build up to something nice. So let's have a look what's inside. So basically, the box cover has decals for the US and Australian Air Forces. Nothing too exciting, just a quick thing of what's inside. We'll open it up. We'll start with the decals first. So a very nice decal sheet. It's in fairly good shape for various US Navy and Australian Air Force, or sorry, Royal Australian Navy decals. Looks like you get 4 different schemes. And as I say, the decals look in fairly good shape. And then we have the instructions, probably for its age pretty straightforward. So yep, we definitely have the color callouts for paints, probably for Italeri paints. Yeah, Italeri Modelmaster Acro paints, but they do list the federal standard color, so that's good. You can cross-reference to your favorite paints. Pictures of the sprues, what you get inside. Looks like fairly simplified construction. As I said, for its age, it's not a complex kit. Looks like the cockpit's 4 or 5 parts, so there might be some room for some detailing there. Just kind of going quickly across, a lot of pretty straightforward. You can actually download the instructions for this from Scaleway, so if you want to have a closer look. 4 different schemes. The A4F VA-55, the USS Hancock in 1972 in Vietnam. The Checktails US Navy VC-5 from NAS Cuby Points, Philippines, and also 1972. A C version, version C, which is the A4E, the VC-2 Blue Falcons from NAS Oceana, Virginia, 1970, and a A4G from the Royal Australian Navy number 805 Squadron in 1973. So, good choice of schemes. I might be doing something different, but I'll talk about that a little bit later. Everything's still well packed. So I'm just going to go through each sprue at a time. We'll open it up and we'll take a look and see what awaits us. So we start with what looks like the fuselage. So let me just cut this open and we'll see. Breathe in some of that 30-year-old air. Okay. This also includes the clear parts, so we'll also do that as well. So let's do the clear parts first. Well, we've got the sprues, and then I can put them back. So, sprues, clear sprues. I will zoom that up for people so we can take a look. So, 2 parts. Looks in pretty good shape. I don't see any scuffs or anything. Nice, easy reference points for masking. They've got, wait for that to focus. They've got some frosted areas where I assume will be masked, so that will make the masking easier. 48 scale is always much easier to mask. Get this to zoom properly. There we go. So yeah, nice looking, pretty straightforward clear sprues. You just get a couple of one other piece, probably for a landing light, something like that. So we will put the clear sprues back in to protect them. And we'll move on. So, the cockpit fuselage part, one which has come apart. So this is, we'll unzoom that. So you get an idea of the size of the aircraft. The A4 is a fairly small aircraft, so comfortable size in 48 scale. Looks pretty good. You've got your slightly recessed panel lines, nothing too exciting. Absolutely no interior detail on the inside. Represents the shape. I'm no Skyhawk expert, but looks like a Skyhawk to me. We've also got various other bits here. Looks like possibly landing gear, the hump that goes on top of some of that and some stuff like that. So that's the first sprue. The second and third sprues are bundled together. So again, we'll open those. Let's see what we have in here. One piece was loose, but that's fine. Looks like a drop tank, fuel tank. So we have a lower wing assembly and 2 upper wing assemblies. Again, with some good basic detail in there. Nothing too exciting, but some raised panel lines here. A couple there, just in front. Yeah, definitely raised. Engine intakes, etc. Flaps. The bottom half, if I have a look, again, some raised panel lines there, but pretty detailed. Nothing too exciting. I'm sure there's more recent releases that will have a lot more detail in that, but for the price I got it at, not bad at all. Engine intakes look pretty good. One piece. Landing gear. Bay doors have a little bit of basic detail there, and a little bit of basic detail in some of the other gear doors, etc. So not too bad. This, I believe, is that's the front landing gear bay, which goes on top of the cockpit assembly. And then the last sprue, again with its missing fuel thing, looks like to be mostly ordnance. So it looks like you get some bombs, some rockets, the landing gear doors, the absolutely giant fuel tanks. When I was a kid and I first saw these with the fuel tanks, I always wondered if it could be used as a float plane. I'd always wondered if anyone tried to do that. It would probably rip it apart, of course, but when you're a kid, you can dream. Here's some of the highly detailed cockpit section, and I snort when I say that. So definitely some room for some detail there, but if you don't, you can just get it on and continue on. So again, definitely a late 70s, early 80s era kit, but not too bad at all. So what am I going to do with this? I was originally going to do the Australian Air Force one, but I think now, I read some stuff on some websites about, I'm going to think about doing a what if. I'm going to build it up as the Australian F4G, but I think I'm going to get some Canadian markings and we'll do a what if. So what if Canada purchased some more aircraft carriers after HMS Bonaventure and they could accommodate Skyhawks, much like the Australians did. So I think I'm going to do that. It's probably going to be a very, very similar scheme with the white on the bottom and the flat gull gray. Or I'll try something else. We'll see. But yeah, that's the scheme I think I'm going to go with. And we'll kind of take it from there. So in conclusion, let's put this back up. So as I say, this is the Italeri A4 F or G model Skyhawk. 148 scale. It is an older one. Does not come with a pilot figure, by the way. But again, it should assemble up to something fairly half decent, so, and fairly quick, and shouldn't bog me down too much. So that's it for now. Don't forget to the usual, like and subscribe. Don't forget as well to check us out on the Scale Model Podcast for more news and reviews, and like and subscribe there. So that's it for this time from the bench, and as always, as we zoom in, as always, thank you and be well.